Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to be working with GitHub. GitHub is a source control platform which is free to use and is basically used by every single developer that I know of. We also use it at my internship, and GitHub can be a lifesaver when your project gets into trouble. For example, if your project just crashes because of an update of something, or you messed up something terribly, and your project is broken by beyond recovery, you can go back to a previous version or a previous commit. I will show you how to do this on later videos if there's enough interest, but now let's get down to the basics. So what you want to do is go to this website. This is how you download Git. This is what we will be using to add, commit and push our files, our project to GitHub, which we will be using to interface with them. So just download this, install it. Whenever you go to the website, you should have this monitor with the correct version and platform already detected. So you just have to click on this button and it will automatically download it for you. Once you have that installed, once you downloaded it and installed Git, you want to make sure it works by opening the command prompt and typing git. You should get something along these lines. If not, try to see if your environment variables are installed correctly. Once you've made sure that Git is working, you want to go make sure you are logged in on GitHub. GitHub is the website you can use to keep track of all of your projects. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a new project. I already set it up as a 3D project, gave it a name and a folder so we can easily find it again. So let's just go ahead and create that. The reason why we're not first creating the GitHub repository and then the project is because most of the time some beginning developers are already, and they got a couple projects and maybe they have experienced breaking one of their projects. So to prevent something like that happening, I'm going to show you how to add your project to GitHub, so you can make sure that everything you added is safe and secure, and if you do mess up your project, you can just go back to a previous commit. Okay, so now we got our project, so let's right click, show in Explorer, and we got our location for our project. So over here we got the entire project with everything in it, so we can close the project now because we just need to push this to GitHub. So all we can do is go to github.com, make sure you are logged in, and on the top right you can hit this plus icon and press new repository. Then you can give your repository a name. I'm just going to call it my project. You can give it a description, make it public or private. You can initialize it with a readme file. We are, however, going to add a gitignore file, and we want to make sure we add a Unity gitignore file before we do anything else. The Unity gitignore will make sure that for our project or the library folder and stuff like that won't get pushed to GitHub. The reason is it doesn't matter if it gets pushed to GitHub, uploaded or not, because if someone downloads your repository and opens it in Unity, in the correct version of course, it will automatically generate these files themselves. Also, when you got something like a resource file for a chatbot, for example, link in the description, you want to make sure that you have a gitignore that ignores the resource files, because those can contain sensitive information like your authorization key. So we're just gonna hit create repository and give it a minute. Okay, so we can add a readme file, and as you can see, it's readme.md. MD stands for Markdown, which is exactly why we have it like this. The hashtag is basically a H1 as you would see it in HTML, and this is just the text we can use. As you can see here, you got a header 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like HTML. You get your do's and don'ts so you don't make mistakes. I will leave a link down in the description for this specific spreadsheet because this is the first one I found. So let's commit this. Okay, and we got our basically empty readme. So what we can do now is go to code and then copy this link right here with HTTPS. You can also SSH or GitHub client, I guess, but I would always recommend using the git bash. But if you are not comfortable with writing in the terminal, you can also use GitHub desktop or something like SourceTree or GitKraken. There are multiple versions, and if you just look around on YouTube or somewhere on the internet, I'm sure you will find something that works for you. So in our project, first I want to make sure I'm in the So this is our empty project with our Unity files in here. So what I like to do is open up the URL and type cmd for command prompt. And in here we can say git clone and then paste the link and press enter. And now we got our my project folder. The reason why I cloned it in here is because it has the same name as this folder. If we would have cloned it in here, it would have overwritten the project would not have gone to the recycling bin, and I would have lost all of these files. But now it isn't here, so I can open it, copy paste these files, or cut them in my case, and then I can delete the folder. So now we have GitHub integrated into our project. So what we can do now is go to our terminal and say git add with a dash and a capital A. And now it doesn't say anything, but if you type git status, you will see that it has all of these files ready to add to the GitHub repository. So before you add them, you can still remove them, whatever, so you make sure like this gets pushed, this doesn't get pushed. So what we do now is git commit, and we say -m, so you can add a message like adds empty project. But in my case, I got an error. The reason for this is because GPG key signing is for me turned on for every single project by default. If you get an error like this, which I doubt since you would need to have added GPG keys and not know what you're doing like me, but if you do, it's a simple fix. Just type in git config commit.gpg sign false. And now we can commit our changes. So if we say git status now, it will say your branch is ahead of origin main. So right now we are on the latest version. We are further than the branch because we already committed the changes, but the branch itself, so GitHub itself, doesn't have them yet. So if we go to the GitHub website, nothing will be there just yet. As you see, there's nothing yet. We just got the git ignore from 6 minutes ago, and we can take a look at that. Oh. But first, let's add the project to our repository. So we say git push -u for upstream, and it will ask us to log in, and then it will push our changes. It's taking a while for some reason though. So just give it your username and password, and GitHub will push all of your changes. So now we can close the terminal and take a look at our GitHub repository, and you'll see the assets and everything are in here. And our library logs folder got successfully ignored by the .gitignore folder file. By the .gitignore file, which is just a text file. Do note, before you add your files, make sure your gitignore is on the project and is set up correctly. If you add the gitignore after the file has been added to the project, the file will not disappear. It will still be there because it was not ignored before being pushed. And if you do that, you can remove it and add it again. But making sure that your GitHub gitignore file is in your project beforehand and is set up properly, that will make life a lot easier. So you've done it. You've got your project on GitHub. You can download it easily from any other computer. You can add your changes easily. You can just clone it, paste it, and then just add, commit, push, done. If you guys enjoyed this video and this helped you, please make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I will make another video on how to create branches for a cleaner workflow and how to actually go back to your old commits. And as you can see right here, this was our commit. So did the video help you out? Please let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if it did help. And if you're at it anyway, please make sure you follow me on Twitch. We're almost at 50 followers and we're almost at affiliate. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Maybe I should get a green screen.